There's nothing worse than having Senator John McCain call in halfway through a song and having to have a guy of your stature sitting on hold. But we can't stop the song in the middle. You know what we're saying.
How you doing, gang?
We're doing good. We know you're a country music fan.
Indeed.
Friends of John Rich, come on.
I know that you're not watching television, but I just a really unfortunate thing just happened. I was General Petraeus was before our committee, the Armed Forces Committee, and I was questioning him, and he passed out. And I can tell you he's fine now. He was taken over to another room, but we canceled the rest of the hearing. But anyway, it was for a minute there. It was kind of a shocker, obviously, to see his face go down on the witness table. But he's fine, and he's one of America's great leaders and one of our greatest generals in history. So I'm glad to tell you that he's fine.
Well, John, I guess the obvious question is, what did you ask him?
It was, you remember that old line? Is it something I said?
No kidding.
No, I think it. I saw him after he recovered, and he said that he had not had breakfast and he had not had liquids, and and he had flown all the way from over in the Persian Gulf. So anyway, he's fine, and everything's okay. And I'm glad to see you all. And I was out at Walter Reed yesterday visiting our wounded soldiers, and I'm happy to tell you that they're doing great, and their morale and spirits are so good, and it makes me humble and grateful for young Americans such we have. I visited with a group of Arizona wounded warriors too, and so they're doing fine, and thanks for everybody out there supporting them.
John, you're a good guy too. I mean, everybody knows you're a great American, but you're a good guy. You probably don't remember this, but Game 6 between the Suns and the Lakers, I ran into you in Sydney, and I came over and I said hi, and you couldn't have been any nicer. And like I'm the first to recognize I'm a dorky radio dude, but you took the time to say hi, and it's much appreciated.
Listen, I was glad to say hi, and they showed me on television during that game, and everybody was twittering and calling and saying, "Hey, how come McCain looks so mad?" I was mad because we were losing.
Honesty. There you go.
Well, be happy.
Yeah.
The second half of that game, when we just couldn't, we couldn't get ahead of the Lakers. That whole arena was angry. People started getting in fights. I mean, it was awful.
But we're proud of the Suns. They really did a great job, and so that hopefully Amari's going to come back, and that we got some. I think that Alvin Gentry deserves a lot of credit for the coaching job he did, and even the Diamondbacks have won a couple of games. So let's
been a while,
hope
but yeah.
springs eternal.
I know, absolutely. Got to stay positive.
Very cool. Well, John, we know you're a country music fan. We got to see your friend John Rich last week in Nashville.
Yeah, he's a great guy, John is. He was out on the campaign trail with me and did a song called Raisin' McCain, which I don't think ever hit the top of the charts, but what the hell.
It's a thought that counts, Johnny.
How many people can say they have a country song named after them?
Well, he actually kind of pulled Ben and I aside, and he said, hey, you tell John and the rest of your state I support what you're doing with this immigration law, and I'm behind you 100%. He said, more people should be doing what you guys are doing. And not a lot of people say that. He said, you know what? They'll just all go to California. You guys will be in good shape.
Well, on that issue, look, we just need to secure the border. We love all of our citizens, our Hispanic citizens. We love them all, but we can't have Phoenix, Arizona be the #2 kidnapping capital of the world. We can't have Phoenix being the distribution center for drugs all over the country. We all know that, and so we just got to get the border secure, and we know how to do it, and it's got to be done.
Well, what do you say to opponents that say, well, this is racial profiling, you can't do that? It's going back to Nuremberg, Germany.
Well, it's what I said to the Secretary of Homeland Security and the Attorney General. Why not try reading the law and also understand why Arizona passed the law? They passed the law because the federal government had not fulfilled its responsibilities, and it's federal responsibility to secure the borders. When you got 1.2 million pounds of marijuana coming across the Tucson sector, when you got 241,000 people coming across illegally, and the terrible things these coyotes do to people, and these drug cartels, the cruelty and barbarism is unbelievable. Dismembering people, cutting out their hearts. I mean, this is an incredible challenge that we face and the Mexican government faces. So The state acted because the feds haven't. John Kyle and I have a 10-point plan. We can get the border secure, we will, and then we can address the other issues that are important. But if you, again, anybody who lives in Arizona and represents Arizona and wants to boycott Arizona, I say shame on you.
Mm-hmm.
Why hurt the people of Arizona? Shame.
John McCain is on with us. We're kind of glad, too, that your opponent no longer works in the building, because we would have gone into the, lunchroom and had to hear an earful about why we had our buddy John McCain on
Every
again.
time you see him in the hallway, it's a speech.
Right. It's like, hey, listen to me.
You mean the lobbyist?
Yes.
Boy, as far as political advertising, how much are you outspending him? Because I see John McCain commercials all day long, but I haven't seen any J.D. Hayworth commercials. Maybe
Spend
one
what
or
it
two.
takes, my friend.
Well, John, it's great to hear from you. Stop making people pass out, will you? It's uncomfortable for everybody.
Okay. How about playing? My friend Lindsey Graham said his favorite song. I know you've heard it 1,000 times. My wife ran off with my best friend, and I miss him.
I think we played the modern version of that, which is "I'm Gonna Miss Her" by Brad Paisley.
Yep.
All right, John. Great to hear from you. I'm sure we'll see you around soon.
Thanks. Bye.
All right.
Thank you, Senator.
Senator John McCain. He's a good man. All right, JC, let's